Welcome back to my channel. As I was telling you about that, I'm going to teach you about the phylums. So first phylum is about Porifera. Before that, I want to teach you about the notochord and segmentation. Now let us come to the page number 39 of your NCERT. In this, the segmentation, notochord and classification of animals is there. Before teaching you about the phylum, I am going to teach you about this. Now, what is segmentation? As for example, we can see the earthworm which is in the underground. It has the lines on its body, right? So those you can take it as example of the segmentation. The segments, the lines which are present in between the earthworm, it is known as segmentation. The segments, which is also known as segmentation. Okay. So in some animals, the body is externally and internally divided into segments. Not only the externally but internally also it is divided into segments in the earthworm. It's example. Now with the serial repetition of at least some organs. For example, in earthworm, as I said, the earthworm is the best example for segmentation. The earthworm, the body shows this pattern called metameric segmentation and the phenomenon in which it is known as metamerism. Now, what is for metametric? It is also known as metamerism, right? Then coming to the notochord. Now, what is the basic, the meaning of this notochord? It means the backbone which is present in the humans or animals and many more. The notochord, in which it will be dorsal side of the body. In the animals also, in the humans also. Dorsiventral, in which in a gorilla it is also present. You can see due to that only they walk like that. The monkeys or gorillas which are there, due to notochord, they bend and walk. Then notochord is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development in some animals. In some animals, what will happen? During embryonic stage, the development of the dorsal side, the notochord will be present, right? So during the embryonic stage, the dorsiventral side, the notochord, the rod-like structure which is there, it is known as notochord. The backbone or the rod-like structure which is present, what? Back of the body, it is known as notochord. It is just present in some of the animals, not in all. Now, coming to the classification of the animals, the picture like this in which it is there, you have to clarify and keep that map in your mind, because this small little things also it might come in your exam. Okay, it is in the figure 4.4. Then coming to the phylum Porifera. Now what is this Porifera? As I was explaining about you in the last video, that the sponges which is there, it will be always asymmetric. As I took the example, just like this, the sponge which is there, it will be asymmetric, in which all direction you will cut into half, it will never be equal. So it is known as or derived as asymmetric sponge. Now the first phylum is Porifera. What is Porifera? It is a kind of a sponge-like structure which is present in the underground of water. The sponge-like picture or structure which is there, it has a sponges in between the holes in between the sponge, in between them, due to respiratory and many things I'll explain you now. So the sponges which are there, it is very useful for them. Just like if this is a sponge in which it is present in water, right? The small holes which are present, those are known as pores. It is also known as pores. Now, members of this phylum are commonly known as sponges, of which Porifera. Phylum Porifera. The members of phylum Porifera are known as sponges. Commonly, it is known as sponges. They are generally marine and mostly asymmetric animals. As I said, it is asymmetric animals and they are mostly marine. Then what is this? These are primitive multicellular animals and have cellular level of organization. Sponges have a water transport or canal system. Now how it is possible? The canal system or transport system, it is only possible when the holes are present in between the sponges. Now, sponges have the water transport or canal system. Water enters through the minute pores, ostia. Now what is this ostia? Ostia, it means the minute pore which is present on the wall body into a central cavity which is known as spongiocele. Now the clear difference between the ostia and spongiocele which is there, it should be very clear. Ostia, what it was? It's a body wall in which a central cavity, it is known as spongiocele, from where it goes out. Though the oscillum, right, there are many this thing, the words which you cannot describe earlier, so you need some time for that. This pathway of water transport is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange and removal of waste. Now, what is this? The collar cells line the spongiocele and the canals. Now the main thing is going to come about the digestion, respiratory, circulatory and many more things. Digestion is intracellular and the body is supported by a skeleton made up of what? Spicles or spongin fibers. The spongin fibers which is there, for that the body is supported by the skeleton. It is hermaphrodite and that is eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual. Sponges reproduce asexually by the fragmentation and sexually by the formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect, having the larval stage in which morphological distant from the adult. From the adult it changes morphologically, as I said in the notochord. Now, for example, what are the examples for the phylum Porifera? In all the phylums, there are some of the other examples which are very important. Okay, it's important because the examiner will ask you these examples, and it will be very confusing questions. Example: Sycon, which is also known as Sypha. Spongia, which is also known as freshwater sponge, and Euspongia, which is known as bath sponge. Here the names are which is there. Common name is also present and the most simplified names are also present. Thank you.